Good morning, guys. It's Ricky, and on this particular episode, I want to give you 3 updates on cases pertaining pastors supposedly doing things with people and all that kind of stuff that have an update. One is a very sad story. It's a sad update. You might not even expect, but if you follow the news channel, you would have seen me announcing it on a couple of episodes ago. There is a recent one that I also want to do here on TDJX. I announced it yesterday, so like I said, there are stories that will likely go there before they come here. And so yeah, that episode I did announce it on this one here. I'll leave it in the pinned comment. There is a lot of more stories there that I haven't covered here that I'm trying to think if I will cover them here or just do new other episodes. So don't underestimate the second channel. That channel is possibly going to surpass this one with the content that you get there, because there's a lot of stuff that I can cover there. So there is 3 cases updates. One is a sad one. We talked about a story about this, but the outcome is really, 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 really sad on this. And then we have a Bushiri update that I know people might be wondering what exactly is happening with the with Bushiri's extradition. So we do have a small little update. It's not much of an update, but it is something within the lines, and so we're gonna go through with that. And then lastly, there will be a new story at the end, so do stay tuned. The new story, I did announce it also on the news channel, but I'm thinking maybe I'll do an individual story, because there is a lot of details around it, and you'll hear it towards the ending of the thingy. There's a pastor who confessed something on the pulpit, and he might face the consequences, and people were calling for consequences to come through. And so I might do that story individually, because there is a lot to say around that particular pastor. So that's going to be the last story. So first, let's start with the updates. So remember, subscribe over to the other channel. We are almost at 200, almost at 300 subscribers on there. But the episodes always outdo the number of subscribers. And maybe it's because I do kind of like announce some of the stories before. I do announce the stories that, hey, I did cover this there. So subscribe there. That channel will definitely determine some of the stories that come here, because I might cover them there before I determine whether I want to talk about them here. So first, let's go to Bushiri's case. So Bushiri's case update, they're just hectic, man. Some of these things you kind of like have to go and search up and what, because the updates just don't thingy. You kind of like have to go back and read back into older articles. So I had to kind of go back to about a couple of months back, okay, because you'll remember there was a story that came out concerning affidavits being leaked, and that for me was like, Jesus Christ. Hey, this stuff. So when the story of the affidavits was about 2 months back when it came out, and remember, he was scheduled. The court had decided he should come back to South Africa, but then they wanted to appeal, right? The law functions like that. They can keep appealing till God knows what. I don't know if there's a limit to appealing. But yeah, so that's as far as that went. But I was kind of curious, like where was it that there was an update that might kind of tell us what's happening now? So I had to go back 3 months back. So the affidavits thing was about 2 months back. So there was an article that was published by IOL which said this. Okay, so Lilongwe court set to rule on Bushiri's extradition case in September. And so 3 months back they were saying that there was supposed to be a ruling pertaining this case, when the whole rapture thing was happening over there. And even if you check in the post right under the picture, not directly in the article, but under the picture, they do state this thing here. Just bring it up. It says, the High Court of Lilongwe will make a decision in a review application by the controversial couple Bushiri and Mary against their extradition to South Africa in September. So they were going to make a review of whether they should be sent back. So the court decided, yes, they should go back to South Africa. The High Court was set to make a decision in September. Now, so it's been silent since September, and now we are approaching October towards the end. There is nothing. So I'm not understanding what's going on there on that particular thingy. If you've seen any particular thing, you can alert me. But they were set, according to this article, they were set to make that decision by September. So, and like we reported a prophet. You'll remember this gentleman here, the story, Morito, the spiritual son of Mhlala, I think. The same. He was accused of doing some. You can see the word there that is in strange letters because YouTube has its thing. So there was a case that was opened that got him arrested, and he was arrested and he was in jail. Now, I haven't given an update concerning that, and the update that we have is we know who opened the case now. Okay, we didn't have that, and this is the lady that did that. This was the lady that opened the case. Now, why is this now resulting into a sad case? Ladies and gentle people, the lady has passed away. The lady has passed away, opened the case, and guess how? She was shot dead, coming from a church. So, police said that she was returning from an all-night prayer. So this, I guess maybe they were doing a follow-up or something like that, and then she had to write an affidavit confirming the statement that was passed, basically. And I'm trying to see if I still kept. This is here the affidavit that she wrote. You see, I am not withdrawing any case against. She then says right there, the 15th of April, and the church members came to me through my lawyer and my advocate or something, and then she requested me to withdraw the case with the aim of talking to me to see a therapist, and I rejected their offer, and I am going forward with the case. And so this the passing of this young lady comes after that whole thing, after that particular affidavit had come out, and a couple of months back when this case was filed and all that. And so he ended up getting arrested. And then when he got arrested, now I don't know if the case was supposed to start or what was happening. I don't know where the girl was coming from church. She got shot. The next story. So that's the sad part of how that story ended. That young lady has passed on. This moves me to the third story. Is it the third or the fourth? Bishop T.D. Jakes has been reported to have withdrawn the case. You'll remember Jakes was suing Youngblood. Youngblood was the gentleman who came and said that he had had some interactions that were not pleasant at all with Bishop Jakes. And at that, he made that testimony on YouTube. Those videos came out, and Bishop Jakes then filed a lawsuit. And so Bishop Jakes has been reportedly has withdrawn those. Now, if I will repeat this, I did speak about this on this channel first yesterday. And so you're not subscribed over there. That's the things, is that you're just I might have not it might have not even come to an episode here. So that side, you definitely would have seen the episode in case it didn't come the side. So that's the update concerning that. I did mention on that channel that I will go and look up what was the recent filings, paperwork and whatnot, and so to see where was the direction going with that. So, but that episode, I won't bring it here. That episode is possibly going to be on the news channel over there. So that you will see on thingy. I might alert you when that episode is up there. But yeah, this takes me to the news story. This story, I might do an independent episode on it, because it's just one of those wild stories that you hear and you're like, what? But I might do an independent individual episode on this. There is a pastor. He's very popular in, I think where is he from? Is he from Uganda, or where is he from? He's all over the place. He's one of those pastors that are just, or supposed prophets or whatever they call themselves, that think themselves so important. And people kept warning, like, this man's demeanor and way he behaves himself, it's off. It will get him in trouble one day. And that day came in the last couple of weeks, so you may say in the last couple of days. While he was on the pulpit preaching, the man starts bragging about getting away with a certain altercation. And if you are wondering what that particular altercation is, it went so far to be raised in the parliament over there. Okay? And one particular parliament member brought it up. And the subject matter is, in parliament, I sought a statement, the chairman of the committee and administration and internal security regarding a video alleging Pastor Nganga, that's his name, confession to what? Yeah. And so she was saying, we really need accountability pertaining to this. He himself confessed it. So that might be a different episode. Y'all tell me your thoughts, so that I can cover that and also cover some of the things that people have said there pertaining this thing. They kept warning. This man has a lot of he's a very proud man. Like the way he portrays himself, or the way he figures he's it. Especially these pastors who've gone somewhere. There is a certain pride with them. He displayed it. People said, hey, this is off. He wouldn't listen. Kept going. So now he's here now, potentially facing jail time. He might face jail time, because if they pursue this all the way, this goes to jail. This will send him to jail. There's no way around it. But we'll talk about that. I might possibly do a full-on episode here, or maybe I'll cover it as a full story on the news channel. We'll see how that entire thing pans out, but I'll definitely possibly do a full story around it, looking at the clip and the members of the parliament and whatnot. I just thought to do an update on some of these cases and then introduce these other pastors who were also doing their own things over there. It's Ricky. Other episodes down today, they'll be down in the pinned comments. I'll check you out over there.